episode of the Guys Huddle. We got Channing with us today. How we doing, man? Another episode Monday.
How's it going, everybody?
See, we got the lion hat on today, representing every day.
They're gonna do better than the Bears. I changed my mind after our last season debate.
Big Timmy, I don't really got to ask you, but how we doing today?
I'm better now that I'm on this side of the table. You know? Not next to yo ass the whole time.
Chapo, how's your day been?
Yo,
We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. College football started back. Not that we're talking about that, but there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about that. We got week 1, Lions versus Chiefs. We're going to talk about that. We got the JT update. The deadline's tomorrow, so I'm curious to see if anything happens.
I also don't know if it's midnight tonight or if it's like tomorrow midnight.
Yeah, I'm not too for sure. We got some alleged breaking news from Chapo for Tim Duncan. And then we got roster moves, which I believe the deadline is tomorrow as well for roster cuts. 53-man roster now because they get to keep an extra quarterback dressed during the regular week for
They call it the 49er rule.
basically.
That's why they made it.
But without further, we're just going to jump right into the Tim Duncan information. Chapo, if you want to go ahead and enlighten us on all that.
yes, sir. So, man, it came out today. It was actually like a video segment on the Tim Duncan divorce scandal, man. So he's been done with this divorce for a while. He was with his I guess you call it college sweetheart. She was a cheerleader when he met her in college. They got married. They had 2 kids together. Well, they first had 1 kid together, and there were some things going on. Now in the divorce, everything has been kept a secret, but now in the divorce, everything is coming to light. So his wife accused him of being gay, homosexual, and like 100% said that Tim Duncan he's gay. And so anyways, his first daughter, he was questioning whether he was the father or not. So his son was then born, and that's when everything came to light because he said they have not had sex in years. So with that being said, long story short, Robert Horry is the father of Tim Duncan's 2 children. Although Tim Duncan, this is like it's factual. Like Tim Duncan, said, Robert Horry was with them 24/7. He never wanted this man in his house. He was always there with his wife while they played on the Spurs together. And so it's all crazy because didn't you guys remember where Tony Parker was sleeping with Barry something's what's it called? Barry.
I have no idea.
I forget his name,
Barry.
but his wife. But anyway, so Robert Horry is the father of Tim Duncan's 2 children. But Tim Duncan, still loved his kids and whatnot, so he still claims to be the father. And so forth. But in the divorce settlement, it came out that they were both unfaithful, unloyal. Tim Duncan obviously brought it to light that she had 2 kids by Robert Horry, and she has came out that Tim Duncan had a male lover, and Tim Duncan refuses to publicly confirm nor deny that accusation. So it got very messy. I don't care about the Tim Duncan situation as much, but the fact that Robert Horry fathered his 2 kids was just crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean the other situations. I mean that's not necessarily irrelevant to the situation, but I mean it's there's nothing wrong with that.
It's just something to
But the fact that Robert Horry is potentially, we don't have confirmed yet, correct on that?
Yeah. So Tim refuses to. Tim has made it clear Robert Horry is the father. However, he refuses to obviously do like a DNA and whatnot because
Right.
when you've raised 2 kids like your own, you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So
real question: do the kids know? I'd really want to know.
I assume if they didn't,
How wouldn't they if we're finding out?
Well, this could have been just something the cat was just let out the bag, kind of thing. But that would
yeah. So the video of it was just released. They credited all the people too. So Danny Green was one of them that they contacted. So it was weird in the credits because one of the credits they sourced was the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, that's weird. Why were they credited? However, one of the interviews was with Danny Green. They asked him about Tim having a male lover. Danny said he's seen no signs of that. Obviously, at the same time, I mean, Tim's the best power forward of all time. So I mean, I doubt he's gonna speak dirt on his name over that. But it's just like I said,
get him to talk dirt on the court, let alone.
I'm just I mean, so I don't know because Danny was with Memphis for a short period of time, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's why they credited the Memphis Grizzlies, but the Memphis Grizzlies, literally the organization, is a source in this whole mess. I just found that awkward.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, then that's interesting. Different news. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I feel like there's going to be a lot more coming out with this.
Oh, I'm sure.
Especially because I haven't really seen anything on it currently.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
I just seen this today.
Right, so if it's still like slowly out there, it's going to snowball. There's going to be a lot coming out.
Well, moving on from that. Not that. Yeah, that's mind blowing as far as the Robert Horry, being the two kids' fathers. I mean, I guess. Well, it's just a weird situation, I guess I should say. But moving on from that, JT deadline is tomorrow. I don't know if it's like a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. How they do free agency deadlines and shit like that. Where does he go? And hold on, before anybody answers this, I don't want to hear from the Eagles fan. I don't want to hear from him. I want to hear from that side of the table. I want to hear from the Colts fan, yours truly. I want to hear from the Lions fan. Big Timmy.
Whoever this random team that they've not announced who it is yet, they keep saying like an anonymous team had offered a lot for Jonathan Taylor, but they said it still didn't quite meet a first-round pick, so I don't think we're going to get rid of him.
You think he stays?
I think the Colts are going to ruin his career if he doesn't play. Meaning we can franchise tag him next year too.
The running back market is a very interesting situation with all the drama going on there. I know there's zero chance the Lions get him after what we have.
I wouldn't see why though.
No, we have Gibbs and
literally-
Montgomery. There's
You guys
zero
had a
chance.
running back room. You imploded it, then basically rebuilt it, and then you
Better in my opinion. I don't know if you've been paying attention to Gibbs in the offseason.
Yeah, he was like what he was.
I drafted him. I
Yeah.
drafted
Smart move.
him.
I'm being
him a
honest.
couple
Smart
weeks
move.
I drafted from a handful of things.
Yeah.
It was either
He
him
only
or
played 10 fantasy.
if you guys see, but before we get any further, did you see Bijan Robinson is running back 3 on the Falcons at the depth chart?
3.
That's what it said. Running back 3. Tyler Algier is the second, and Cordell Patterson is the starting running
Somebody
back.
drafted him really early.
I don't
Oh, I know I didn't.
I don't know if that's like where you've seen that at. There before cuts and everything, that shit's all messed up.
I mean,
but-
it always changes.
no,
right?
he's confirmed. Number 1, Algiers 2, and Patterson is 3.
I mean, maybe.
Might as well get rid of Patterson at some point.
Which I think is crazy, man. Like
Patterson was good.
Patterson was fire, and then Algier,
He had 1,000
put up over
yards last year,
1,000
didn't he?
yards. Yeah, he did. I think it's crazy,
The
but
problem is with a running back.
no. So I did actually just look into this, and the reason being was because I really liked the idea of picking up Algier late in some rounds because nobody wants him. So I just wanted to confirm like the order, and yeah, he's number 2.
So, Channing, where do you think JT goes?
I personally think it's just a big bluff from the Colts organization. I don't think they plan on getting rid of him. I think Irsay knows that no one's going to trade up to a first-round pick for a running back, especially with all the drama that's going on with the running back market.
Right.
So I have to agree with. Yeah, I agree with him. It's just not. I think it's all bluff. I don't think he's
If
going
anybody
anywhere.
does it, Miami's going to give up their first-round pick for him.
I
Because they're
could
in a
see
win
Miami.
now
Yeah, I
mode.
could see if any team's desperate, I could definitely see Miami. But other than that, I don't. It's a bluff from Irsay, and I could honestly see Miami offering it and Irsay still saying no because he's that guy.
Yeah.
People like, actually, I meant 2 first rounds. Sorry.
Yeah, I've
They said-
heard a lot of complaints about Irsay from what I've
like that
seen.
draft day with Kevin Costner. He said, what happened to the 2 first rounds? He said, sorry, we're living in a different world than we were living 15 minutes ago. It said it's 3 now. Like, I feel like he's that kind of guy. But
I mean, you have this running back markets going on, and it's kind of spearheaded by JT about how they think it's unfair. I don't see a team
I will say
trading a first round for the.
JT, in my opinion, has the most respect from me out of all the running backs. Now, this might be contrary to popular belief. He's the only one stuck it out. Like, I mean, Saquon and Josh Jacobs both.
Yeah, he's the only one willing to ruin his career over it.
I mean, sometimes you gotta take the chance.
Hold on, did he sign the contract?
Who?
JT. The money he's making right now, did he sign the contract or somebody else sign it for him?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying the contract he's on right now, did he sign it or did somebody else sign it for him?
You mean like his agent?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he signed the
You
contract.
have
he
to
should
sign
play
your own
through it.
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your agent can't.
I mean, some people have
They read it, but
certified-
you can't sign. The agent can't sign it for him. Anywho, if he signed it, he needs to play through it. That's just how it is, especially on rookie contract.
Listen,
I know it's not
it's
how
a little
it's-
biased becoming from the Colts fan, coming from an outsider.
I'm talking about anybody.
I mean, I'm just saying, for him to like stand up and for what he thinks, and believes in for what he should get paid. Out of all the running backs that were throwing a fit, he's the only one that's held up the longest.
Still
And
throwing a fit. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
you're just mad because you're a Colts fan. That's all
Right,
it is.
I-
You want your JT playing week 1, which I get it. I understand.
No, I can care
I
less.
wasn't mad at the Lamar situation, but at the same time,
No, dude, I could care less if JT goes to Miami tomorrow.
oh yeah, I know.
Our running back room, we still have a lot of running backs.
Listen, I was arguing with Nick about this.
Our
And I-
rookie,
and I-
our
I
rookie
wanna-
running back.
I want
Evan
to
Hall,
get everybody's
It's gonna be
opinion on
good.
this.
every running
I
back
need-
we
I need-
drafted
I need outsiders.
in the
opinion.
last since Marlon Mack have all been.
We had a debate earlier this week or last week, I guess, or no, it might have been a couple days ago.
Because we got
Uh,
Taylor in the third round,
and
Mack was in
from
the sixth
Nick
round.
Money, shout out to Nick Money. He says the Colts running back room is the same as far as equivalent talent right now without JT is Baltimore's running back room. He
Could
said
be, but there's a lot
Deion
of
Jackson is better than Gus Edwards.
That's dumb as hell.
That's
Anyways,
issue.
even though I was rudely skipped over, JT's going nowhere.
that's 3 nowheres.
I mean, it's honestly the dumbest thing I hear. So the dumbest thing I hear, that obviously not only from here, but all over the place is the Miami idea. Dalvin Cook was literally begging to go to Miami, and Miami refused to offer him a reasonable amount of money. So why does anybody believe they're going to not only give up the farm for JT, but also give him, this outrageous contract, damn near double what Dalvin Cook was begging for to come home to Miami? I think Miami makes no sense. The Philly situation, I could see it. The thing about Philly is I could see it because of Sirianni. But the thing is with JT's mindset about this contract, the way Howie Roseman does things, he's a genius with the cap. The way he does things is he backloads contracts heavy as hell on the back end. He'll end up shipping you off before he owes you a bunch of money. So what it would be is he would get a big signing bonus, and then like the cap hit over the next 2 years would be like total like $10 million for the 2 years. Unless JT's just really disgruntled and likes the fact of playing with Sirianni and winning. I mean, maybe he would be willing to do that, but this much of a mess to go and kind of do a contract in that scenario, I don't see it happening. I mean, nobody's giving up a first round pick for a running back when nobody's even paying running backs what JT's going to want. I think the $16 million is also dumb. I don't think that's an accurate number. I don't think he wants $16 million.
Is what Jacobs get 12 million?
They're all
got 10.
they're all right around like 11 to 13. 16 don't even make sense. I don't even know where that number came from. He's not demanding 16. There's 32 NFL teams that is not going to give him 16 million. So even that number's just.
I don't even think Derrick Henry gets 16.
Yeah, I think that number's just. I don't know where it came from, but I think it's all smoke. I think the people being interested in trading for him is also smoke. He don't go nowhere. Just.
Yeah.
Not going nowhere. Okay.
I mean, Philly's loaded. We don't want him. I mean, just honestly, Rashad Penny, man, you got to understand Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift. So the thing about Swift is, like, people are underestimating when Swift was healthy.
He's awesome healthy.
Swift is a fucking animal. But the thing about the health situation is he's behind the number 1 offensive line in the NFL now.
Which I'm not gonna take credit for, but
And
the Lions line is not a pushover.
Well, and the thing with the Lions is they only got on track there at the end of last year. They were not on track before that. So when you have Jared Goff that nobody believes in, they were stacking 8 in the box nonstop for that run game. You had DeAndre Swift or Jamal Williams at all time like that. People say, "Oh, that ain't," might not think that sounds too scary. That was a scary fucking backfield.
They were scared behind the line.
So they were stacking the box, strictly for Swift and Williams until things started clicking in the air near the end of the year. So what I'm saying is, when you're on an offense behind the league's number 1 offensive line, and that's the undoubted number 1 offensive line, nobody can argue that. And you have the offensive weapons of Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Like, nobody's worried about our running backs. Like, when you look at our offense and who your defense is going to prepare for, they're not preparing for DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny, even though I do believe they are going to be a threat this year. I love our backfield
a little bit, just because the line improves. Like, there's the Lions, like I said, Lions have a great line, but that's not going to guarantee any race an injury prone person. Like, he came back healthy when our line was doing top performance that year, and he still got hurt like the moment he touches the ground. I hope he just stays healthy, because I agree 100%. He is a monster when he's healthy.
Well, and our offense
is the only reason we even had a decent game against the Eagles, the opening game.
Our offense is completely different as well, though. Jared Goff ain't running an RPO every other play.
I pray he never runs in his life.
And that's what I'm saying. So, people, I mean, the defense is, the way they set up and prepare is so much different than what they were setting up. They were scheming for the Lions than what they are with the Eagles. So I definitely see that. I just think the situation's way better for him and Penny. The same with Penny. I mean, they had at first, at the beginning of the year, yes, they had them offensive weapons outside, but none of us can sit here right now and say we expected Geno Smith to have the year that he had. So with that being said, those defenses at the same as the Lions. The Lions didn't start clicking through the air, till the mid to end of the year, and that was the same way with
their
Seattle.
Offense was always there, except for on road games. They always struggled on the road. It's their defense that took half the year to catch up. The offense was consistent for the most part, except for the running backs going in and out throughout the whole season.
So the Lions, I feel like, had a high scoring offense. They just couldn't ever finish out.
We struggled on road games.
Yeah,
majorly.
Hell, I can't believe we won that road game with Justin Tucker. I can't
always
believe,
it's always just when you guys play
we said
every time is Justin
Tucker
66 yards
every time.
Last time it was 61 when you guys went to the game.
Our first game, you guys beat us. The first game went together from 5 field goals.
And the last one,
no touchdowns, 5 field goals.
Next, I want to talk about the rosters. Roster cuts are coming quick.
I heard Will Levis is getting cut.
Really?
No, I'm just
okay. I didn't see that report.
I just thought it was gonna be funny.
You guys see,
quarterback.
Chargers are waiving TCU quarterback Max Duggan. Who's their backup? Who's their second guy?
I don't know.
I don't feel
he
like
might do better than old Levis.
I think Duggan finds another spot somewhere. I don't think he was that bad. Not enough to be the third string quarterback.
Another problem is,
did he get beat out by?
They made it to the Final Four. It was Alabama, wasn't it?
You're talking about on the roster?
Yeah, on the roster.
I thought you were talking about my bad. I thought you were talking about college.
Sure.
Like who they beat.
Sure. Well, what's that? Who's queued at 2?
They made it to the
Easton Stick is his name. Never heard of the guy in my day in my life.
Oh, if you lost that guy, I guess you better.
You're talking about the Chargers?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of teams, man, that I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of teams that if their quarterback goes down, the year's over. and I think the Chargers are also one of them. So I don't think they really care. There's very few teams, man, where you need to invest in a.
I don't.
You need to invest in a backup. There's very few teams that imagine Patrick Mahomes goes down. They could finish bottom 2 in the league. You got a few teams honestly, I'm going with like Eagles, Cowboys, Niners that have the roster on both sides that could just find a game manager to, carry that team.
Hold on.
Who is the Eagles' backup quarterback?
So it is
Marcus
Mariota. However,
Ian Book's
Mariota has been
hot garbage.
no. So Mariota has been absolute dog shit, which is crazy because I was actually a big fan of him coming in as
When
a
he came
backup
out, I was a huge fan.
out of
Him
Oregon.
over Winston.
So
that was huge.
So our backup man is this. Right now, I'm thinking the number 2 spot, which it's a rough situation because Mariota looks awful, absolutely awful. But there's this dude, and I'm gonna get hell for this for anybody watching.
Ian Book?
I should know. I should know where he went to college, and we just drafted him. His name's Trent McKee, and he's looked.
Oh yeah, he's looked real good.
He's looked really fucking good, man. This preseason, but I can't remember where he went.
Hold on. Can we go back to the comment about the Chargers are just going to fall apart if
Backspace.
their quarterback? You don't think you can plug and play a quarterback on the offense and the defense?
You can barely plug and play him and make the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. And Justin Herbert's easily. Justin
consider-
Herbert's easily a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and
I don't consider that to be
they haven't done shit.
Herbert's fault, though.
Exactly. So if you
That's the
put somebody
point.
that's worse than him, how is it going to
That's
get
the
better
point.
I mean,
or stay the same?
I look at it this way: like the coaching's supposed to fix itself this year, and if
No,
it
because
doesn't,
you have the
he's,
same coach.
he's on the he's
They
on
just gave him a fucking extension last year.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. There's been plenty of players that get the the extension or the extra year or 2 or whatever it may be, and then get cut the next year.
This ain't a player though.
They may get
We're talking the head coach.
players who get traded, not cut.
Mike
They're not gonna
McCarthy's
still
been
lose all
on
that dead
the
money.
hot seat since he got to Dallas for some reason.
Him and Jerry Jones are friends, man.
Yeah,
He's
but
never
when
been a
when it comes to Dallas,
Jerry Jones likes to hold on.
I know, but
but Jerry Jones, you got to realize with Dallas, man, the head coach does nothing. The head coach does
just the
nothing
name
in
to put on
Dallas.
a hat
Yes,
every
it's-
Sunday.
Place-
that's why everybody kept putting Sean Payton. They kept trying to tie Sean Payton into coming back to the Cowboys, and there's no fucking way. Sean Payton wants control. Sean Payton is going to run. Sean Payton
He's
on the
shown that too, right?
Sean Payton on the Cowboys scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, I bet.
It really does.
If he were to take control and Jerry let him coach,
Yeah, I'm scared as hell. And they asked Jerry if he consulted with Mike McCarthy and or Dak about the Trey Lance trade, and he said he
Nope.
didn't see any reason to.
I
That's
think
hilarious.
I
That's
think there's a good
nuts.
shot this year. Dak doesn't get paid and get an extension. And if he does not do what he's supposed to this year,
didn't
Wouldn't
he
it-
already
wouldn't it-
get an extension?
wouldn't it
How
be-
much longer
yeah,
is on
he-
that?
he has an extension, but he's the next to come up on payday besides the guys on defense.
I was just I don't know how long his
For an
contract.
extension, yeah. They're trying to get it done. I think he's got a year left, right?
Oh, she's gonna go down just like Tony Romo did, and then Lance is gonna come in to start
Take over.
firing.
Listen, I got faith
Cowboys
in
are gonna
Lance.
be
I don't
crazy.
think Lance is as trash as everybody says he is.
I know, but it'd be crazy to watch. He's gonna end up being the star for the Cowboys, and he's actually gonna beat the Niners in the playoffs.
I mean, hell,
That would be some karma.
Hot take,
that would be.
very very hot take. Actually,
Watch, they win their first playoff game with Trey Lance starting
it's against the Cowboys.
against
Against
the Cowboys. Cowboys going to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Trey Lance.
I mean, sometimes the Cowboys do beat the Cowboys.
Cowboys
Wouldn't be the first time Cowboys beat them.
Just looking at some roster cuts here. Do you guys have any major roster cuts you guys want to talk about? Obviously, this is I watch preseason.
I watch my teams.
I know a lot of people don't like preseason, but I think it's one of the best times to watch football. You get to
So
see who's
full of shit.
actually playing to make the roster, the guys that are fighting that will eventually get to play in the season because there's going to be injury somewhere. You're going to see one of them on there. So I mean,
Yeah, but you're not seeing the whole playbook, and it's more for coaching more than anything.
yeah, I love preseason. Like
I watch my team, so I could tell you stuff about my team that honestly, if you're not a Lions
I
fan,
watch
you
football
wouldn't
if
care.
it's on. Like, you know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
I can watch it on the TV, if it's on,
That's why I was glad when college started because I could watch a game that actually meant something.
it's meaningful to watch just to watch football, in my opinion. Jordan Love. How you guys feel about him so far? I mean, I don't know if you guys watch any camp or anything on them, any reports, but
I'm seeing 50-50 on the reports.
Yeah, I'm seeing he looks decent. I'm not seeing any crazy stuff saying like it's Aaron Rodgers or anything, but
And if you
I just
listen,
have to
even
see
if
it
it
to
was
believe it.
Aaron Rodgers, they wouldn't be coming out saying it's Aaron Rodgers. Why? Because they want to surprise the crap out of everybody.
do you think they hit a home run 3 times in a row?
I'm just saying,
The
if
way I
you,
look
if you
at
had,
If he was a home run, they would have got Rodgers the last like 2-year extension they did him
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
They would have let go.
I'm
of
saying
him.
if he is pretty good, though, they're not going to come out and be like, yeah, he's a great.
Right.
Why would you do that when you
But
get this surprise?
With the situation, you have to see it before I believe any. Like
Right.
you could tell me they hit 3 in a row, but I need to see it. They held on for how long? It's his 4th year, right? This year's his 4th
I
year.
think it's his third.
I thought he sat behind Rodgers for 3.
This has got to be his 4th year.
Pretty sure it's his last year.
Yeah, because
When did Trey Lance? Trey Lance got drafted with
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Isn't this Justin Fields' third year too?
I think Love is a year before him.
Love has to be
we have
before him.
phones.
Jordan Love did not get drafted in the same
Somebody
draft.
look it up. I don't have my phone.
I want to say Jordan Love got drafted when we still lived out on out
Trailer
by
Park?
69. Yeah.
No, he did not. You're crazy.
2020.
Yeah, that wasn't. We didn't live. in
Oh,
Trailer
well, it was
Park.
Close.
That guess what that makes this year's third year.
2020. Yeah. Yeah. That would have been
trying
right.
to tell me I'm full shit.
2020. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Captain full shit. Anyway. What's your take on Jordan Love, Chapo?
I don't really know too much.
You don't know too much about him. I know we don't have our expert Green Bay pack here.
I haven't seen anything good.
He said nothing good, nothing good.
So I guess
I mean,
it is.
I don't-
year extension.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care about. I mean, I don't care. I'm not gonna say I don't care about it. I don't care about training camp reports. I don't care about what you did in preseason.
when do you see what you do on Sunday?
I mean, training camp, you're going against your own players that know your whole playbook. Preseason, you're going against fifth stringers.
I like
that-
joint practices.
that will never play in the NFL again. One of the cuts I was really surprised about that I think is underrated is cornerback Desmond King for the Texans.
Wow, they cut him.
So he's 28 years old. He's started 25 games in the past 2 seasons for the Texans, and all through. And this is the reason, like, I don't pay attention or I don't care too much into reports. He has worked out with the first team all offseason and training camp for the Texans, and they cut him to save $3 million.
Dang.
Yeah, the Colts shouldn't have cut Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, I didn't understand
If
that.
we-
They
Oh,
just
I
signed
didn't, I
him.
didn't
Unless-
even hear that.
The only reason I think we did that is because Jim Irsay knows he's not getting rid of Jonathan Taylor.
That's the only way I'm thinking that makes sense.
There's no somebody's gonna have to offer the house and the 2-car garage, and
That's
Taylor
what,
said the only way he's gonna accept a trade anywhere is if he gets paid too.
this is what I didn't understand. This is how that argument got brought up.
That's
about-
why I'm thinking the Eagles would somewhat make sense because of
Yeah,
the
but that'd be about the only
because of the
team.
Sirianni situation. I think that's. I mean,
That's why I think you guys got. Sorry, not to cut you off. That's why I think you guys got our cornerback too that we released.
that's weird. But I think the Eagles move on from somebody next year, whether it's Slay or Bradbury, and then I think they're looking to plug in Rodgers, which
Yeah.
Rodgers is good.
Yeah, he just did something stupid. That's all.
Yeah,
How long do you guys get extended Slay for? Did you guys just extend him
it's a couple years.
a couple years?
See, 'cause
I was a Slay fan. when
wasn't he
was with
threatening
us.
to
They
leave?
both got a deal.
Wasn't there was like a big deal about it?
I think he wanted a little bit. I don't think he threatened to leave, but I think he wanted a little bit more. or something.
So there's been a couple things. Slay's biggest thing was Matt Patricia.
Hated him
Yeah,
in Detroit.
He
Hated him.
He was replying to people on Twitter. So like there was a former NFL player that actually said something and was like, y'all don't understand, like he's gonna play for the coach, yada yada yada. And Slave and retweeted it and quoted the tweet and was like, no, you don't understand. Like there's hate here.
Legit.
So but no, there was a situation, man, about money, but Slay's one of them people, man. He's really a genuine human being. I love Slay. I don't think he
I
was,
loved him
I
in
don't think he
Detroit.
was ever going nowhere. The Detroit situation, man, was Matt Patricia.
He already said that's the
so-
only reason he
yeah.
left.
So
And
Slay
he said if he left Philly, Detroit would be his first
so
place. he'd
Slay's
look.
one of them people, man, that don't want to leave. I don't think he wanted to leave Detroit ever. It had to do with the Matt Patricia situation. So when he found a home in Philly, man, and how hard that fan base rides for him, like he would, he don't want to go to a third team. He didn't want
People can judge
he
Philly fans, but
he didn't want to leave the Lions in the first place. Now he's in Philly. He found a new home. He don't want to go nowhere.
You don't think so?
If it did,
Slay's a loyal dude.
If
Like I said, he didn't want to leave Detroit.
And
Like
when you perform at that level, man, when you play hard in Philly, man, and you're a top cornerback like Slay. We haven't had corners in so long, man, since the Asante Samuel days.
Yep.
You guess like Ronald
like-
Darby for a second, didn't you?
And he was trash. Absolute.
I didn't think
You,
he was,
you don't,
was-
you don't be making good examples.
He
of
was
it.
absolute garbage. He left for like $3 million with the Redskins the next year.
oh, so I didn't know he was-
But anyways, it was him and Jalen Green Goblin. What the hell was his name? Jalen.
Green Goblin.
Why am I? Yeah, he went by the Green Goblin. Jalen Mills. God.
Yeah.
So it was Jalen Mills and Darby, and they were like the worst cornerback duo in the NFL. But anyway, so yeah, we haven't had good corners. Philly fan base is very passionate. When you play hard, man, they show you, a lot of love. And I didn't see Slay want to go nowhere, but I was surprised with the Greedy Williams cut early in the preseason, though.
Yeah.
That was, they were real big on Greedy Williams. I thought that was crazy too, but.
Yeah, my like I said, my biggest one was Kenyon Drake. Even if we keep
How old is Kenyon Drake?
I don't know, but he's not that he's like super reliable, but I feel like he was better than the rest of them we have. I think the rookie's gonna be good, but
I know he played with us last year. He was pretty solid for like the flex role there, I would say. I don't think he's completely washed. I think he could definitely still make a roster for sure. What's your thoughts on Kenyon Drake?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
But it's hard to say he can still make a roster because
the Colts cut him.
I got two,
I'm a Colts
I got
fan,
two
but-
unsigned running backs that I'll take 7 days a week over Kenyon Drake, and that's Kareem Hunt and Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
People forget
What about
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette?
Fournette had
The
his
Patriots.
no, Zeke did.
I know Zeke, and I thought they both
Zeke-
did.
No, he tried
I
out
remember
for him, but
Fournette.
no.
Oh, okay. I thought they were both of them.
Yeah, they're both unsigned, Fournette and Kareem. And Kareem, man, it's crazy because
I'm surprised about him.
Kareem had that little holdout situation
With the
last year,
Browns,
which
yeah.
is crazy because he was good enough. He was good enough to be able to, do that little holdout, and I thought Kareem was crazy. Fournette actually had his best year last year. I'm a big Lombardi Lenny fan, so I picked them both up in my last draft that I did. I actually left the draft because I was getting tired of it, and I put them in my queue for my last 2 picks.
I'd take Kareem Hunt if I'm Baltimore. I'd call him up.
He's better than every running back you got,
And Fournette.
hands down.
No, he's not.
Kareem Hunt is better than every Ravens running back on the roster.
Not
Who's your
Hands
best?
down.
not running back one every week starter. No, I don't. Say
Yes,
that.
he's better than every one of them.
Okay. Listen, I will
Bro,
argue
Kareem
that
Hunt is a
Kareem
fucking
Hunt.
dog.
Kareem Hunt is a
He's better
dog.
than JK.
But if
Better
he
than
was
Gus.
actually a dog, he'd be on a team.
How long was Dalvin Cook not on a team? How long was Zeke and Leonard Fournette not on a team?
Zeke's.
Zeke's probably the worst one out of all of them.
I mean,
The reason Hunt wasn't starting to begin with is because he had that little issue in Kansas City.
So Kareem Hunt,
And then he had to go to the Browns because the only place that would sign him after his issues that he had. And now that he's gone, nobody else wants to sign him. He has talent. Nobody wants to sign him because of the off-field issues he had
how-
4 years
how
ago.
old is
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt has tried out with the
Saints.
I know most recently was the Vikings. I'm trying to think of the other team.
Colts actively monitoring.
Oh yeah, he tried out with the Colts.
I would not mind that at all.
So the Colts
He's 28 years old.
who?
Kareem Hunt.
And I love
still-
Kareem.
I'd still take him over every Ravens running back. I don't know why you even thought that
I
was
mean,
so big.
honestly, at the end of the day, I'm a big DeAndre Swift fan, but I think Ryan's undervaluing Kareem Hunt because I think I would
He
also
is.
take Kareem Hunt over. So you would take what running back would you take over DeAndre Swift? A healthy DeAndre Swift because he's a fucking animal.
A healthy DeAndre Swift. You mean like in the
I mean,
league?
he was tearing
No,
up in Kansas
hell no.
City.
On the
though.
Ravens.
Kareem Hunt
On
has
the
never been a
Ravens?
slouch. I don't know if I put him over
Wow.
DeAndre Swift, but I mean, if
So that's what I'm saying. I'm
It's close,
I'm
but-
pushing it to where I would say I would almost take.
I don't know
Kareem
if I'd
Hunt
say-
over every running back the Eagles have right now.
Hmm.
It's tough.
I couldn't. do
DeAndre
that.
Swift is if he's healthy,
if
DeAndre Swift is an animal.
okay,
If Swift didn't have
Yeah.
the history, I would,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it's a no,
So
hands
that-
down
so-
Swift.
So that's
But
why I'm leaning
if this
towards
is
saying I would take Hunt over every running back.
if we're doing that, I'll take
I'll take him over every Miami running back.
I'll take
can go down the
Gus.
list.
I'll take
Oh,
Gus Edwards starting
Not
for
even
the Baltimore
close.
Ravens over Swift.
Gus
Starting running back 1 the whole year.
Gus
Over
Edwards
Swift?
DeAndre
Yes.
Swift.
Oh, you're smoking crack,
No.
no, buddy. We're gonna have to go ahead and leave.
No.
I'm not
Take
doing.
me home.
Listen. Okay, hold
We're
on.
going home. Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
hold on. No, you guys are thinking I'm out of pocket here.
You are.
Look at the yards he has as running back 2. If you put him
Bro,
at
you
running
ain't
back
got no
1,
pockets. That's how far out of pocket you are.
no,
Chill out.
no. I don't
I
think so.
promise. Yeah.
No. But if Edwards got to start running back 1, I don't even think we're having this conversation.
Bro, have you
Kareem
ever
Hunt is hands down better than
We're
him.
not talking about Kareem Hunt
have
now,
you
are we?
ever seen a healthy DeAndre Swift?
I put DeAndre Swift right over Kareem Hunt.
Have you-
and if he's hands down better than him, how do you think I feel about DeAndre?
I'm not worried necessarily about a healthy.
Bro, I think-
if
I
Gus
think you're
Edwards gets to start, we don't have the issue.
Just say you've never really seen DeAndre Swift play.
Yeah, that's all you had to
I don't
say.
have to. I know he scores touchdowns.
Bro, DeAndre Swift is a dog, bro. Like real talk.
Okay, there.
have you seen his dad?
No, I ain't seen it.
DeAndre Swift's dad. Think of like
He's got 45-pound nuts.
the bad part is I think he's exaggerating. Like that dude's massive.
Listen, I don't even really got to see all that. That's what I'm saying. Like if he's running back 1, I'll take him. I'll take Gus
I'll
Edwards.
take him over the Chiefs running backs right now too. If I was Kansas City, I'd sign Hunt over all of them too.
Oh well, I mean, yeah. In Kansas City, I definitely would.
Pacheco's a dog though.
He's a rookie. I mean, he was a rookie. I mean,
Dude, see,
that's
there's
Running backs, I'm just all I can talk about together.
There's so-
all I'm saying is,
there's so many situations where like I feel bad for running backs. So, and I'm not talking about the situation where they're not getting signed. So like Algier, I just went insane for you guys, and now like I'm never gonna touch the ball again. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like bro, he was a big piece in their Super Bowl run, and now he's fallen behind McKinnon and Pacheco. There's just a bunch of guys, man, that I do really actually feel bad for. Gainwell, he was doing real good for the Eagles behind Sanders. Him and Scott was a straight 50-50. And now, you got DeAndre Swift. You're going to run him as hard as you can. And then you have Rashad Penny that's going to get all the goal line work. And you still have Boston Scott. We're carrying 4 running backs every single game.
And also, you got to think about this for running backs. A lot of teams do by committee. As much as people are going to hate to say this,
They've picked up from the Eagles. The Eagles since the Super Bowl.
The NFL's copycat league, anyways.
Yeah, I mean they're running. You gotta kind of agree. They're running. They're learning from the Chiefs and the Eagles. They're running with the air raid offenses from the Eagles or the Chiefs, and then they're following the Eagles' footsteps, not only with running back by committee, but also with offensive schemes. I mean, look at the Anthony Richardson pick.
Yep.
That's what everybody's so excited for, is because they're saying that, Steichen's going to be able to run Anthony Richardson as a Jalen Hurts. I'm a little scared.
He's a little bigger than Jalen Hurts, though, but yeah.
I'm a little scared for Richardson. I think he's going to have a real rough year one. But
I honestly feel the same. I feel like they should just go ahead and throw Burrow in there for this year, but that's my
Minshew.
opinion. Yeah.
I'm a big, but see, I'm.
But he needs
Richardson
he needs
raw,
to play,
though? Like,
he also
doesn't
needs to play football because he hasn't played that much football.
See, so I disagree with what you're saying, and the reason being is I've always been a firm believer in throwing him to the wolves, and the reason, I think Hugh Jackson is a perfect example, man. I think he's ruined so many NFL quarterbacks when he was with the Browns, because they would,
they wouldn't start him.
He would start him, and then once you have a hiccup, man, he would pull you out in the second quarter.
That for sure. Mental wise, you're killing him.
I think that's crazy, man. Throw him out to the wolves. Let him play a year. Look
Come back
at
better
the
next year.
Colts. I don't care what anybody says. The Colts is a bottom 3 team in the NFL. Just point blank period, they are. And with that being said, playing Richardson the whole year, how's that going to hurt you?
I get it.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
I mean, if you go out there with the expectation that you're going to get a top 5 draft pick,
bro. Anthony Richardson,
and then if you win games, great. If you don't,
play Anthony Richardson. Fuck what he just said. Fuck winning games. bro, pair Anthony Richardson
Marvin Harrison Jr.
with Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah,
for the
that's
future,
been
bro.
like my dream in the
How
next
happy,
year.
how
Colts have
happy
been
would you be
talking
as the
that
Colts
into
organization?
existence.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
Listen,
that.
I don't care. They're going to give up the house to get him.
Minshew's
If they
gonna,
can, yeah.
Minshew's gonna swing you some wins. Let Anthony just throw him to the wolves.
I mean, I think we're gonna win a couple games. I don't think we're gonna lose them all. Well, we might beat the Texans.
With D'Amico Ryans, man, I think people are sleeping on the Texans.
I'm not sleeping on him. I just Ohio State quarterbacks are not.
I'm a fan of Stroud.
See, I don't like Stroud.
I'm just not a.
But I'm a real.
I'm an
big,
oddball in
I'm
that.
a real big fan of D'Amico Ryans. He used to be with the Eagles too. I before when he was still the linebackers coach
Yeah.
on San Fran. I was really hoping we pulled him to Philly as the defensive coordinator instead of Gannon, because Gannon was dog shit. But no, I've got right now bottom two teams in the NFL for me is the Colts and the Cardinals. And speaking of the Cardinals, I don't know why they still have James Conner.
Oh, actually, hold on. Do we want to address the reports that Kyler Murray might not be playing this year?
That's crazy.
And
I also think the Rams are going to do terrible.
How? Why? What?
No, what wasn't say what happened there?
no, with the
I don't know what's going on. Does anybody know?
I disagree with that. When you have Cooper Kupp on the offense and you have Aaron Donald on the defense, you're going to win some games. But anyways,
Hold on, let me hit you this. Okay,
if you look at
Pick a subject. We'll go back.
it's crazy. No, I'm running back to that real quick. If you look at so I look at players who are trending
I
upwards,
know you know.
and it really confused me on Josh Dobbs is trending like through the roof, and the Cardinals just traded for him from the Browns, and I'm like, why the hell is he trending? And like, I mean, he's jumping up the boards very like under the radar, and the only thing that makes sense is he is going to be the starter this year for the Cardinals.
You think they bench Murray, or do you think is there
So,
something else going on?
No, so he just had at the end of the year he had an injury. I can't remember if he had surgery or
He
not.
did have surgery. I remember hearing about
So
it.
they're basically going to just nurse it. Kind of
Nurse it and get rid of him.
So I have heard that if teams come shopping, they are willing to listen. But I think it's just a situation where they're tanking but not tanking. I mean, they've made it clear. Who do they have over there still? Like
Rondell
this-
Moore.
No,
Hollywood-
I mean that's a star.
I mean,
Do they got somebody on the defense that's a star?
Buddhist.
No, Buddha's supposed to be getting traded.
Wait, no, Buddha did
Do you get
get
traded?
Buddha did
Yeah,
a
extension
deal.
or something,
He got a new deal. Yeah, because Philly was like really in on him.
That'd be
I must have
crazy if
missed that.
the.
Yeah,
Quick
Philly
question.
was really in on Buddha, and I think he did a restructure type of deal.
Quick question to kind of bounce off what you were saying. Do you think the Colts will be a bottom two team, even with people tanking for Caleb Williams? Because I feel like teams are going to purposely tank for it.
Which is who though?
Huh?
Caleb
Which is
Williams,
who?
you don't know who that is?
No,
Oh, my
team
bad.
wise.
My bad.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, do you?
No, what team are you saying?
What teams do you think? What I think? I mean, like the Cardinals by the sounds.
The Rams.
Well, they were a
Yeah.
bottom two. Team for me.
The Buccaneers.
The Rams
possibly.
could, depending on. Yeah, I don't have faith in Baker, but I could see teams desperate for a QB tanking for.
The
Caleb
only
Williams.
reason I'm saying not the Bucks, because where I go back to who is a star on these teams, and I mean Baker has Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. You throw it up in the air. Rashad White is gonna blow the fucking charts off.
I mean, he had Odell and
He's a
Landry when they're
beast.
both pretty good too, and he couldn't figure that out.
But he was with the Browns.
Yeah, touche. I'm
I mean, look at Deshaun Watson.
I get
like,
it.
Dude, I was such a fan when Deshaun Watson went there, and I mean, the Browns.
Throwing the ball
it's just
in
an
the dirt,
organization like the Jets, man. Joe Douglas, he came from the Eagles, and he's turned that culture around with the Jets. You still don't have anybody turning that culture around with the Browns. Even Browns fans are going all out on their offensive coordinator, and I think it's funny. Did you guys see how their tweet in less than 1 year when they tweeted when they tweeted that's why you draft a kicker, they actually cut their kicker in under a year since that tweet.
We got a camera down. P Diddy, did your phone die?
I was at 98%.
Is it ringing?
It's black.
Yeah,
I can go check it.
yeah, if you could. Appreciate
What's
it.
that?
Oh, it's back on.
Probably had to be. I guess it must have
Someone
been.
probably calling it.
I have it on Do Not Disturb. So
But
I could see the Falcons. I don't think they've gotten an answer QB, have they?
No, they're
oh,
starting.
back-
Depending on how Love is,
The Rams could be looking for a QB too because Matt Stafford.
he's
there's a lot of drama going on there too.
Also, I was going to say earlier when I talk about the Rams, the reason they could be a bottom feeder is because Detroit was a bottom feeder for how long?
Since I've been alive.
Listen,
And he
Rams-
had Calvin Johnson,
Washington Redskins, do they have an answer?
and he had one
Sam
good
Howell's
one
supposed to
good
be doing really
season,
good.
Is he?
and they lost the first round of the playoffs.
Ron Rivera just came out and said it. Had he known Sam Howell was the quarterback that he's been playing, he said he would have started him last year over Wentz.
Interesting.
I mean, it is over Wentz though.
I know how you feel about all the Tennessee quarterbacks.
That
I think Malik will be the starter eventually.
which is crazy to think because I don't understand why Tennessee's head coach hates Malik Willis, by the way. But
So I wanted to just go back on this real quick. So Buddha is still a free agent after the 2024 season, but Baker's new contract now has him a guaranteed $13.1 million salary for this season and a new $300,000 signing bonus. That's what he restructured in July on July 27th.
okay, yeah, because I wasn't
So bonus with new incentives. Because the Eagles, he was really tied in with the Eagles, and we're our only two question marks on the entire team is linebacker and safety.
I say, well, it was a bad time to need a
so-
safety.
So I was huge on Buda Baker going to Philly.
because there's not many teams that need a safety in the NFL.
Our defensive line is so good, man, that you got fire corners. The safety can just be a plug and play situation, and I think Terrell Edmonds will be all right.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
I mean, look at
It's crazy how
Look at-
Bro
look
came
at-
to your team and retired.
look at C.J. Gardner. C.J. Gardner. Yeah, I mean that's.
He's out for the year,
CJ,
isn't he?
Yeah, he hustled himself, man, and it sucks. He was demanding
You,
this.
you have to say that you got more
Yeah.
information than I do. From what I understood, he was out for the year.
Yeah, he's
I
out.
haven't heard anything.
Oh, he tore or something.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Gardner Johnson?
Yeah,
When did this
Uh,
happen?
early as fuck.
like probably a month ago.
OTAs.
Then if it's injury, I'm thinking of he was playing next week. So
No, he's
then I
gone.
missed something. Hold on.
Yeah, he's gone.
Because I don't think CJ.
Yeah, he's gone.
Like,
One episode, we need to play a starter bench and just use Kareem Hunt and go around all the teams.
No, he's not hurt. Right here shows that he returned. He was on the sideline the very next week, and he was back on team practices a few weeks later.
what?
He even got crappy with a reporter. I remember because he called a reporter out because the reporter asked how he missed games,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he said it's not serious.
and he
Oh,
straight up
man.
said, "Yeah,
I
I was gonna
swear it was
say,
like
it's
a
good to hear.
ACL or
You guys
something.
almost gave me a heart attack because I've been keeping very
Yeah.
close eye on this
Yeah,
situation.
so
So
the CJ, that's why I'm referring to the CJ situation is he thought he was going to go get that number one safety money, and basically teams were like, and Philly wanted to re-sign him, and they basically said that Philly, like he was saying, Philly disrespected him. So Philly then reversed the track and went and brought Slay and Bradbury back. They were actually going to move on for CJ, and CJ thought he was getting that safety one money, and teams were literally telling him like, hey, you're a stud, but we also think there's a possibility you were a product of the system. Like, we need to see more. We're not saying you're trash, yada yada yada. But he ended up getting a contract lesser than than Philly offered him from Detroit. So I'm thinking it's a situation where Terrell Edmonds is going to be just fine with Sidney Brown that we signed out of or drafted out of Illinois. He's pretty tough.
yeah, it was definitely a 1-year prove deal in Detroit with him. I do know that.
And that sucks, man. That he played himself, man. That really sucks to see because, he was gonna get that big deal. So now he's doing the prove it deal with the Lions.
Hopefully, it works out for us.
Well, I'm also, things got a little toxic between him and the Philly fans.
I seen
But
that.
putting that aside, I'm actually scared for CJ because you had a deal, man. Philly was going to pay you 4-year deal, was going to take care of you. You basically played yourself. And I'm a fan of people betting on themselves. But if he goes and has a bad year in Detroit, he's going to end
He
up
throws all that away.
he's going to end up signing, like a 2-year, $10 million deal. And I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you know, Philly, once he said fuck y'all, Philly said, okay, we got to go get Slay and Bradbury before they go somewhere else. So they hit reverse real quick, went and grabbed them two, and then CJ's like, okay, hold up, like I'm not getting the money I wanted, and Philly's like, I'm sorry, we ain't got the money for you no more.
So moving on from that, we're going to talk about the first game of the year. We did a poll on this earlier today. Thursday night football, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Detroit Lions.
Which is what week?
Week one.
Week one is the first game of the year.
First game of the year.
September 7th.
September 7th.
It's a week from Thursday.
A week from this Thursday.
We're just going to go ahead and start off the same. We're going to go through the whole week one games here. We're going to kind of go over our picks here. I got Lions knocking off Kansas City week one. Lions are coming out to make a statement. Kansas City doesn't come to play till December anyways, late November, because they don't have to. I got Lions week one.
So I actually picked the Lions just because I know it would be the unpopular answer. I'm going with the Chiefs. The reason being is I believe it's week 3 that they play the Jets. I got the Jets winning that game. There's no way the Chiefs start out 1-2. It ain't happening.
Wasn't it a couple years ago they started out like 1-4?
It was last year 1-2, I think. I don't think it was 1-4.
Oh,
I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't think they're going to start out 1-2, and I do think the Jets. I think the Jets get them. I mean, that's tough, man. I love the Jets this year. I do. I mean, until they prove me wrong, I love the Jets, and they are, in my opinion, which this is, people may say this is insane. I've always said they're the number 3 seed in the AFC this year. However, how much better their defense is than Cincinnati, I'll put them as the number 2 in the AFC.
I can see that.
For sure.
I'm not going to call you crazy or nothing.
Oh, I'll call you
press
crazy.
the blue button on you, but
You made it. What you did with Zach Wilson and what you've added, plus Aaron Rodgers, it's a no-brainer.
Go ahead, Big Timmy.
I want Detroit to win, but I'm picking Kansas City too. I think Jahmyr Gibbs goes crazy though week one. Just make sure you start him week one, especially if Chris Jones isn't playing yet. He still don't have a deal yet.
How about you, Channing? I don't really feel like I got to ask this question, but go ahead.
You know what? I'm going with my Lions. Might as well go all out this year, right?
They're gonna go 17-0.
Not that all out.
Okay. I think the Lions are, listen, I believe
The
in
road
Lions.
games that I'm scared about.
I don't think they win the division, but
I think we'll win the division. Just don't have faith in the rest of it. But it's the road games that is. It's honestly watching Jared Goff on the road that Lions fans hate me for it, like with the passion they do. But he struggles on the road. That's why we got lost that Panthers game that knocked us out of the playoffs. Essentially,
yeah,
was because Jared Goff on the road he just collapses,
right,
and that's at Arrowhead.
yeah. We'll see what they got in store.
If Jared Goff could play like halfway as good as he does on home games, I could see us actually being a threat. But that's what's keeping me from moment we're on the road. I
be a
just
dog if you don't.
See, I'm
looking very forward to Hooker, but
Well, you got to start him before he turns 40.
everybody's obviously, and we've had this conversation here 100 times. I've still, and I've said it 100 times, I've still got the Vikings in the NFC North. Other than losing Thielen, their team's the same exact team.
And Cook.
No, Cook. That's what I'm saying. Other than losing Thielen, they're not hurting nowhere. If Jordan Addison can fill in, that's fine. With the Thielen situation, I don't know if y'all know the 4 games that Alexander Madison started last year. He was the number 1 running back in the entire NFL for the 4 weeks that he started, and Dalvin Cook was hurt. I'm all in on Alexander Madison. Y'all seen that in the
you drafted.
Yeah, y'all seen that in the fantasy draft. I'm hype to get Madison, but
So
I mean, we'll see.
my 2 biggest concerns of the Vikings are all the primetime games they get.
Yeah,
6 of them.
And
Kirk Chains.
they had like how many games was decided by like one score or less that just happened to go their way.
I also don't
That's
know.
not normal.
I also don't know the NFC North schedule. Who's your division you're playing?
Ooh, I
show
know
you
it's
right
not
there.
it's not the Colts division.
It's the division.
That's our whole schedule, so you'll be able to look on there to see our division games.
I thought you were asking what division they're.
Y'all got a very.
He's asking what AFC
Y'all
division.
got a very easy
It's
schedule.
an easy schedule. Yeah, we have. Yeah,
What AFC division are they playing?
I'm with the Vikings, man.
yeah. That's just my one thing is all the primetime games they got,
They're
and
playing the Raiders division, I think.
Y'all got an easy ass schedule.
Oh, I should have known that. Jeez.
That sucks.
So
He said, "Can we trade?"
week,
Ours is.
same week. Moving
Oh,
on.
I wouldn't wish our schedule on anybody
We got
other than the Cowboys, but
the Bengals and Browns. I think that's going to be a tough one. If Joe Burrow plays, I'll take the Bengals. If he doesn't, I got the Browns.
It's a tough one.
what's
but
the latest word on that?
I don't know, bro. He was running on the field the other day when I was watching.
I don't know. See, this is where I'm at with it. We play the Bengals, I think, week 2.
He said, "So I hope he's not back till week 3."
No, we play him week 2. I don't care if he's
Oh,
back
to see Joe
week 2
Burrow
or
and
not.
Lamar healthy for a regular
I would
season
love
game,
to see that.
that might be a first. They play in the same division. That's terrible.
Joe Burrow can't get a preseason to save his life.
So who do you
Didn't he
got?
get his appendix burst last year,
Yeah.
and then the year
Yeah.
before that he was coming from an injury or something?
Listen, I
I had the Bengals.
I just told everybody, for all that Lamar gets hurt injuries, and make sure you save it for Joe Burrow too, because Joe Burrow's actually missed more games than Lamar has
Joe Burrow's been to the Super Bowl.
and lost. But anyways,
When you get there, a lot's more forgiven, though.
yeah. Who
That's why Jared Goff is still playing, because he at least got there.
Who do you guys
Yeah,
got for the
Carson.
Browns and the Bengals?
I just said the Bengals.
What about you, Chapo?
I'm still waiting on Deshaun Watson to return to form. I'm gonna go Browns.
Yeah, if he does, if he comes out like that,
If he returns to form,
Watson, man, yo,
he can win the
people
division.
forget who the fuck Watson is.
Oh, I don't, but I just haven't seen him in a long time.
I know,
No
no,
one has,
100%, 100%.
It's like if he's healthy, they might win that division.
But there's just, I mean, bro, like I said, Watson and Wilson, they did not just wake up one day and forget who they were. Watson and Wilson this year, I'm looking for bounce back seasons from both.
Especially
With
since
Sean
Wilson
Payton.
got
Structure
Sean,
now.
Yeah.
You got Sean Payton, man. I can't see.
And whatever.
I can't
Watson-
see-
That was one
I
of the
can't see
surprises.
Sean Payton taking a Super Bowl winning quarterback, man, and like not being able to win games. I'm Wilson and
Also,
Watson, bro.
yeah.
I'm ready. I am scared of the Browns' offensive coaching and their head coach. I'm not a fan of either, but I want Watson and Wilson, man, to return to form. I
Listen.
really like them both.
Denver was the other team that was in the Colts sweepstakes. Sorry.
as much
I
as
remember
it
now.
sounds good for Wilson's,
you guys been checking the chat? Trey's been piping off on you, man.
For Taylor.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's number 1. Then Alexander Madison was not 1. Started last. Okay. Hold on before we get into that.
Alexander Madison, for the 4 weeks he started, was running back 1 in the NFL for the 4 weeks that Dalvin Cook was injured. I don't know what that wasn't like even a argument. I was stating facts. Like it's proven facts.
The Broncos, as much as you guys want to say Russell Wilson's, it's his honeymoon, season basically, if you will, his happily ever after. 3 of his starting wide receivers are hurt. I mean, I guess not 3, 2. The fourth guy on
who?
the depth chart are hurt.
What are you talking about?
The Broncos.
They have Cortland Sutton still.
Yes, I understand, but that is
He's the number 2 receiver there.
Jerry Judy's hurt.
That's
KJ
number
Hamler
1.
was hurt.
He's number 3.
Tim Patrick was hurt.
Okay.
So exactly what I just said.
I'm saying, but Sutton's been number 2.
But what I'm saying is that's 3 of their 4 guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who all else is
I
going
thought
to
you
throw
were
in the
trying
ball
to say that
to.
he was like a third string. I was like, no.
No, but I'm saying like it's not looking great for him. As far as that goes. But so you got the who do you have for the Bengals and Browns? You got the
Bengals, unless Joe Burrow doesn't play, just because I haven't seen the old Watson yet.
gotcha. Okay.
But I still agree with the statement. If he shows back to form, it's going to be a very scary thing.
Buccaneers, Vikings.
What time is it? That will always be my next question
It's
on that.
1 o'clock.
Vikings.
P Diddy.
What is it? 1 o'clock game?
Yep.
What was the
Vikings, Buccaneers. You with us?
Bucks?
Bucks. Okay. Chapo.
Mike Evans is gonna have 200 yards receiving.
I mean, I'm going Vikings. You got
Vikings. Yeah, I got.
you got Jettas, and I am huge. I am so.
Tampa's still got a good defense.
I am so big on Madison. Addison is my question mark, but do they still got Hawkinson?
Yeah.
He's demanding the highest paid tight end contract in history.
I'm still trying to figure out
He's not gonna
why
get
or where.
And everybody wanted to judge me when I said buy. When I said I didn't want him.
I just
people
don't
wanted to
think you
judge
should have
me.
traded him to
That
your
is why.
division rival. That's all I said.
That was the highest
Maybe
bidder.
send him to the AFC or something.
The next biggest thing was like a 5th round pick. That was the best thing that they were offered. And they probably knew that the Vikings weren't even going to do that.
And I think
might, but-
Hawkinson was a big deal in making the Vikings so good last year.
Yeah, he's good. He's
The
just not
Vikings
best
have hurt
tight
for a
end.
Yeah,
tight end
he's
for so
not-
long.
He's not top tight end money, but
No,
Who
just,
did they
just
have?
when
They
you
had
got
somebody-
I think he's top 5, but nowhere near that
Their
kind of
last
money to
good tight end,
record-breaking
what's his name?
contract. It's
Irv
not even
Smith
close.
Jr. I think it's who it was.
that was
Wasn't that the Vikings' last tight end, Irv
Yeah.
Smith Jr.?
it sounds
I
right.
believe
You're
it
right.
was.
But didn't they have somebody that's actually pretty good at some point?
I don't believe so.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know why.
I don't know.
You got next matchup. You got is
That's why I was actually worried when they got Hawkinson. I'm like, damn.
the
they got a
Cardinals
tight end now.
and the Washington Commanders. I got the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean,
Man, this one's
Commanders by
I think
73.
you- I think you just write the- I think you just write the little.
One of the
W on
few
there.
times we'll say Commanders confidently.
I mean, where are you looking at the? When do the Cardinals win? They're not even competing.
February 31st.
They're not competing with a team in their division.
We got the Panthers and the Falcons.
Panthers all
I'm
day.
going Panthers.
Panthers. Oh, this is one-sided panel here.
Tom Payton has the running back finish outside. Running back 20.
That's not difficult. There's only 32 teams.
Javonte Williams
He's never had a bottom 12 running back.
support.
I mean, look at his running backs. He had Reggie Bush.
Alvin Kamara.
He had
got-
Sproles.
Did everybody pick on the Panthers and Falcons?
Yeah, everybody said
Panthers.
Panthers.
I got the Panthers.
I thought you were about this to be a trend.
Where's this? Where's your week 1 game at? Is it in Indy?
I'm going to see it. Why
I
you
got
asking
I
that?
got Jacksonville over the Colts.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Colts are going to beat Jacksonville. We always beat them at home, no matter who's doing what. We always beat them at home. We always get our ass kicked. Even Peyton Manning's playing.
we got
Losing Jacksonville doesn't
we
matter.
got Baltimore Ravens versus
Oh, he's probably the last person to beat Jacksonville. Sorry, go ahead.
versus the Houston Texans.
What was it?
Baltimore versus Houston.
Baltimore.
I think CJ Stroud's got.
Oh my god!
Like I said, I'm a fan. People think I'm crazy. I'm a fan, but it's not
I'm
going to be
kidding.
against
I'm a
got the
fan of
Ravens.
CJ Stroud,
Baltimore.
but
It's not against Baltimore.
I got the
Baltimore's
Ravens,
14-2 against rookie.
and their defense is tremendous.
way too much
They
for
just
one.
they just signed Clowney too.
I'll take Houston by 42.
That almost deserved the
I
other
like
one.
it. I like it.
49ers versus Steelers. I got the 49ers.
Plot twist. I got Pittsburgh.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we
Come this hype, I'm here.
the
I'm going
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh.
Squealers.
Hey,
I'm not.
I think they're coming.
Kenny Small Hands.
He's coming on.
I think
Pickens
no,
to Pickens.
Here's what I
You're
think.
They're my underdog team this year.
I think San Fran is really. I'm telling you, I'm not on the Brock Purdy train. You see what happens when these quarterbacks that you're like, oh my God, look how good they did this year. When teams end up getting film on that player the following year, these players fold, and I don't see Brock.
Don't give
I'm
the
taking
farm until
Steelers.
year 3. Year 3.
I'm taking Steelers.
I don't necessarily agree with that whole statement, but you got
Why
the
not y'all
Steelers.
wait till what, year 6?
For every quarterback that you can name that defeats, I could tell you 2 more that had a good, decent first year, but promising first year, then folded second year.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, there's a lot more, but I'm saying there are few.
There are few and far.
I mean, it's like the
I've
same-
seen Purdy struggle in this off season too. So far that I've
Yeah,
seen.
I
But
mean,
he's also not
It was
fully
the
healthy.
same thing with
True,
It was
but-
the same thing with Cooper Rush. Teams didn't have film on him. People started picking up film. They played a real defense in Philadelphia, and they got embarrassed.
He said a real defense, like just the best defense, in the
They-
league.
they
But that.
I mean,
that
dude-
you can't make any mistakes against the best defense. In the league.
Cowboys
It's not
fans
allowed.
were literally calling him as the franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I
and then he
remember.
throws 4 interceptions. If that's just mistakes, then I guess that's just mistakes. I don't give a fuck if it's a historic defense. good quarterbacks don't throw 4 picks in a game, but he did.
Peyton Manning then. Peyton Manning not a good quarterback.
So he just
I'm just saying he's
just
done
did
it.
that when he played the best defense in the league. He threw 4 interceptions every game.
I'm just saying Andrew Luck fucking was king at throwing
And
interceptions.
again, that's why they traded
But
for
it- but-
a 4th round pick for Trey Lance.
Right? No, I'm just saying there's been times. We got the Titans and the Saints. This
I go
is-
Titans because of Derrick
Saints.
Henry. I
this is-
don't know.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. It's tough.
This is a
About
tough
spit his
matchup.
fucking ring.
I'm at a 50-50. Like
That is trash, bro. I
I'm
got
going Saints.
Derek Carr's the best quarterback on that field, though.
That particular field, I agree with.
That's what I said. That field. I said that field. I
You
didn't
did.
say at that time.
I agree with that statement.
You think Tannehill's better? Is that what you're debating? I see you over there with the wheels turning.
no. It's the fact that people are sleeping on D Hop. Man, D Hop is still.
That's why I picked Tennessee.
D Hop is still D Hop when he's healthy.
I like
and,
D-Hop.
and the fact that they stack every team in the NFL, every single team, all 31 other teams will stack 8 in the box against Derrick Henry. That's going to open up so much for D Hop.
They just say Titans
Still,
is where you
is-
go to
that's
die.
a-
is D Hop
disgusting
this
game.
stage in his career better than AJ Brown?
He don't stay healthy. AJ
That-
Brown does.
I'm asking though. When healthy,
I mean, D Hop.
When healthy, he's like top.
I put
receiver
you on a
in the
catch
league.
22 here, and I'm
No.
loving it. I mean,
I mean,
AJ Brown.
when healthy, D Hop is top 3 receiver in the league.
But is he? What I'm asking is it
AJ
going to
Brown
be
is
any
not.
different than what AJ Brown was doing for the Titans?
When AJ Brown is there, I feel like DeAndre can make more contested grabs.
I mean,
So you're saying that's going to make the difference when that puts him over the hump.
More contested grabs, yeah, more 50% balls. I mean, if you catch more
played
than
last year, he was still. I mean,
I don't think they do anything different than when they had AJ Brown. That's just my opinion. I don't feel like there's that much difference between the two. But I'll take the.
I didn't even pick a team. I don't know. That's
he said that one's gonna be a draw.
I'll take the
awful.
Titans just because of Derrick
It's a
Henry.
tie 3-3.
Yeah, tie. That's our one tie of the year, guys. Already.
I mean,
We got
that's awful.
Get it out the way.
But hey, and you also got Kamara hurt. Jamal Williams
He's
is
suspended. I thought.
suspended. My bad. Yeah, he's suspended 3 games. Jamal Williams Jamal Williams ain't what people make him out to be.
He's a goal line back. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean carrying.
I love him. Trust me. But
Carrying as a bell cow without an offensive air threat, really. But Saints,
they have
but at the
potential to
same
have-
time, Saints have a good defense, man. A real good
Oh,
defense.
they have potential to have a good offensive threat.
Go ahead, and tell him about you. Go ahead. So, old ass, not played on the field. Michael Thomas is going to take him to the
Oh,
promise.
Chris Olave is good too. What the hell are you talking
This
about?
man talks Michael Thomas up like he's been MVP the last 3 years. Hasn't seen the field in 3 years.
I'm not even talking about him.
I
I
know,
wasn't
but-
even going to say a word about Michael Thomas. But even if he was their 4th option, that's still a good 4th option. I'm talking about Chris Olave. He's going to be good too.
So I got
Olave's a big downgrade for Derek Carr from Devontae Adams. Just saying.
But it's also just the Raiders organization.
No, I mean like people are big on Derek Carr. They're like
Jennings said I could see both.
they're
sides.
thinking Derek Carr's really gonna like be able to do things in
It might
New
be.
Orleans. I mean, I want to see him without Devontae Adams.
Okay,
I
so,
also want to see him without being on the Raiders.
so I got the Titans.
They're another team that's just always somehow managed to
got-
fuck it up.
The tie. Big Timmy, who you got?
With who?
Titans or Saints?
I already said the Titans.
Saints.
Saints. Okay. Raiders or Broncos?
Raiders.
I got
Broncos.
Raiders just because Josh Jacobs resigned. I'll take Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, and Jimmy G over bum ass Russell Wilson and
Hey, he passed the physical.
and the
Did he
one
finally?
and the one wide receiver.
I was
that
talking
he
about
has
Russell Wilson, but yeah, he did
that
too.
hasn't been signed off the streets.
Just said what now?
I said I'll take Devontae Adams.
Denver's
Jimmy G.
defense is gonna.
I'll take a bunch of Super
And-
Bowl winners over the Raiders.
Jimmy G doesn't have a Super Bowl.
Not where he started.
As a backup.
That's
He's got a
that's not what
couple.
I
It's a
have.
backup.
I mean, you didn't see Colts fans taking Nick Foles or Carson Wentz that carried him there.
He's got a ring.
He
Anyways,
does.
I'll take that over over Cortland Sutton and the Street Gang.
That defense is way better than the Raiders can ever hope to be on defense.
Yeah, well, you also got to be able to. Is the defense
Even if they
scoring
only
points?
hand the ball to the running back every time, they'll still win the game.
Okay, I'll take Josh Jacobs over Denver's
The
running back.
Raiders are going to be the Raiders.
Shit. Javonte's a beast, man.
Okay, I got the Raiders. Channing, who you got?
Let's go Broncos.
Broncos. Big Timmy.
Broncos. I said it like twice, bro. It's like the third time I've answered.
I always like to double check.
He
your
asks
answer.
you twice on every game.
Every single one. It's,
I like to see if the answer
and then
changes.
it makes you start questioning.
I'm like, bro, I said Broncos.
I'm waiting to see if you'll change it.
All right, this is my next favorite one. Eagles and Patriots.
Watch
Eagles.
Skip.
Eagles. I'm really gonna ask
It
you.
scares me, but I'm going Eagles just because we have to win.
Okay.
The fact that that they're honoring Tom Brady scares me. They're honoring Tom Brady.
Bill's like, if y'all fuck this up, we fire all you.
That's what I'm
thinks
saying.
Tom Brady's going to come out of the stands and
No,
put the
I
number
mean,
12
just
jersey back
like,
on.
how are you going to honor the fucking GOAT and get blown out by 30? You know what I'm saying? But because of because of our schedule, we have to win it. So I'm going Eagles, but
All right.
I will.
I want to make myself the last
If
pick,
we were to
so-
lose by
What's up,
5
Andre?
or 6 points or something, I will sit here and be like, bro, I told y'all. Like I'm not surprised at all. Like
Sorry, Andre's in the
By the
comments.
way, I picked the Eagles, and I only say that. I waited till everybody else picked this time, so you don't have to ask me twice. So I didn't. Change my
Andre
mind.
said that's brotherly love. Appreciate it, Andre.
What did he say?
That me asking you multiple times.
Oh yeah.
So you got the Eagles?
Yeah.
All
Do
right.
you need dropped on your head again?
I got the Rams in Seattle. I'll take Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
Seattle.
I don't even know why you had asked that one. That's another one you
Yeah.
should just
We got the Dolphins and the Chargers. This is going to be interesting.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Chargers.
Wait, no, where's it at?
It doesn't. I'm not sure if I click on it. It'll tell me. It's at Los Angeles.
Chargers.
I'm taking.
I do not believe in Tua. At
Well, his
all.
receivers are just calling Baker. All you gotta do is throw it up there
I think
Yeah,
they're the
Joey.
same team.
because they have Robert
So
Chosen
he
too.
throws up gang signs.
They each have holes in different positions, but I think they're damn near the same team.
They're very, very close. Enough where I think the one at home will get it.
Yeah. I'm gonna take.
They have old Chosen. So Robbie Anderson's Robbie Chosen.
I'm taking the Dolphins. I still think Tyreek Hill's a bad man. Like,
I mean, they're third best. I mean,
how you gonna show
he
up at a
hasn't been-
track meet and just beat everybody? Like, just on a random day. He said, "Oh yeah,
Which high
I'm
school
gonna
was it?
enter."
Mrs. Cinema.
You're so ignorant.
I'm telling you, if you tell me it was at a high school.
It's not at high school. It was like,
It was IW.
no, oh my god, you guys are gonna make listen. The disrespect on Tyreek
Can't hear
Hill
me.
right now.
Couldn't even actually went to IU. You had to go to the.
He was like, bro, it was not Oak Hill. It was IW.
The Taylor.
It was a 60.
He beat Noah and Abraham over at Taylor University.
Reports are he ran backwards and beat him.
Oh my god,
He walked on
that was
water.
in March 11th.
Why are we doing the picks now?
USA
Wouldn't
track.
that be like next week before it
I
starts?
had to come up with something crazy for us to do next week.
We got Green Bay versus the Bears. I'm taking Chicago.
That's an,
Is
Where's
this,
that?
is this? I don't care where it's at. Is this even up for debate?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Actually, yeah, it is.
because we don't know if Green Bay owned the Bears or if Aaron Rodgers owned the Bears.
It's in Chicago.
Chicago has one man by the name of DJ Moore. Green Bay has one man by the name of Jair Alexander. I'll take Green Bay.
I would do. I'll take.
Who are you taking, Alexander or Moore? 1-on-1.
Alexander.
Is it even close? Is it a debate?
I mean, DJ Moore's good at his position, but Alexander's top notch. I mean, I still take PS2 over him, but
I love Alexander. He talks hella shit too.
oh yeah, the whole time.
I love it. I love anybody that talks shit. I don't care who you are. Other than the Niners, man, they're trying to talk shit but cry at the same time, and it's fucking weird.
Sounds like the Cowboys.
Like, bro, y'all are still crying. It's been like a whole year. Calm down.
The disrespect for Chicago is insane, but
I think the random love for it is insane.
I do too.
They're the worst team in the league last
it's
year.
have to
insane.
prove
And
it.
all of a
know
sudden,
what
I don't
happened.
like it. There's nothing proven there.
I have no.
They were
clue.
the last team in the league, and you're giving us looks because we don't expect them.
They
to go
lost-
from
they
last
added
to
a lot
best.
of free
Green Bay
agents.
lost Aaron Rodgers. Are we really going to sit here and debate?
They
that
still, I
that
mean,
wasn't
they're,
the
yeah.
mood
hey,
of
that's the only
team?
thing they
because you're
lost.
still going against a team that
And
had the worst
Lazard.
record in the league.
I'll take Justin.
Jordan
Fields.
Love won some games.
I'll take
Christian
Justin-
Watson's going to
You'll
be
take
beast
Justin
too.
Fields that threw 17 touchdowns and 11 interceptions last year.
Yes.
We have this.
I will
argument
take
on
Justin
every other
Fields.
podcast.
Hold
Literally,
on. I will take Justin Fields.
we're always sitting beside each other. Telling me how this argument too.
I will take Justin Fields
I'll take Jared
without
Goff.
DJ
Here we
Moore
go,
still
here we
over
go.
the Green Bay Packers.
Jared Goff.
I'll take.
So
Jared Goff.
you're confidently looking at us like we're crazy because the last team in the league
Yes.
we don't have confidence can beat a team that won games without Aaron Rodgers.
They got
One
DJ
dude,
Moore.
like,
They're
I will.
Super Bowl champ.
If anyone should be getting your little button, hit his button for him. Get his button. That's for you.
Justin Fields is more talented and athletic than Jordan Love could ever
You
be.
can be athletic all you want, but that
Okay, Jordan Love can run. You act like he can't do none of the stuff. Now he might be
Dude, when
fast.
other quarterbacks,
Where did his
when
athleticism
other
get him
quarterbacks
last
were
year?
Throwing 17, 11.
last
you guys
place.
were
He
calling
hasn't
him the
done
biggest
anything to
bust in the
prove
league.
otherwise yet.
But Justin Hurts all of a
I-
sudden.
That's all I've stated with.
Right, no,
He
no,
had-
and
he
I
had
understand
one
you said
game
that,
where he
but
had a bunch of rushing
with
yards.
now that he has DJ Moore, Chase Claypool's got a full
Chase
off
Claypool.
season.
I've seen bad QBs get weapons and still be bad. I'm saying he's still unproven.
I mean, not wrong about. I just
He has not shown any way, shape, and form he can be a passing QB in this NFL. Has not shown it. Again, we've seen bad QBs get given weapons and still be bad. He has to prove something to me before I'm going to hand him the farm and act like he's going to all of a sudden embarrass Green Bay when the organization is scared of Green Bay currently.
Chase Claypool had one touchdown last year. But
Dog.
he's a threat now.
I remember he was supposed to be all serious and game changing too.
listen. He's got a full off season with Chicago.
Who?
He was traded midway through the season. Chase Claypool.
So Odell's gonna
I
be.
thought you were talking about Fields. Like, buddy, who's
Jamarcus
drafted?
Russell is named the biggest bust in NFL history because he had a season where he threw 15, where he threw 13 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. So a guy that threw 17 and 11 is going to the Super Bowl this year.
Who even said Jamarcus Russell's?
I mean, he's an Ohio State quarterback. He's been the best one. that they've
I
had
wouldn't consider him the
since
biggest
like
bust.
John or Jim Harbaugh, whichever one played for
Jamarcus
Ohio
Russell
State.
has always been called like the biggest bust in NFL.
He's always up there in conversation.
And the crazy
Yeah.
part is, like, as far as
Remember
Ohio
when
State
they said-
quarterbacks go, that's like the best Ohio State quarterback.
Remember when they said something to
Which
him
one?
about being the biggest bust recently? And he was like, when you refer to me as the biggest fucking bust or something like that.
Yeah,
But no, Jamarcus
Justin
Russell's
Fields
always
might-
been
I mean, okay, so with the roster,
that's why I'm
they
so
have now-
sketch on Justin right now is because no Ohio State quarterback does good. They've yet to prove me right. He has not had a season.
The Green Bay
good
the
game
Green-
with rushing yards.
Green Bay's quarterback, Jordan Love, but so you lose the best quarterback.
I'm looking at Green Bay's defense
Is
and
A1.
and Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon by themselves is better than Chicago's entire fucking offense.
Where's the lie?
Where's the argument? Period.
Like, I see the question down there is who's the proven QB for the Packers? It's not just the QB. The Packers did not finish in last place. We're trying to, I need to see something before the last team I'm ready to say is going to take off and be
right,
amazing.
the week starts next week, so I mean,
Not a lot of teams can say they got spanked by the Lions either, not let alone twice.
right, but I just don't see.
Are they
it
3
on
and
paper.
3 and 14? 3 and 13? 3 and 14?
All right, so you guys obviously have the Packers.
I'm going the Packers on that
Packers.
one, and I'm not
Packers.
writing off the Bears. I just need to see something.
Right, I got Chicago. I can't process that. We got the
You can't
Cowboys.
process anything right now.
The Cowboys and the Giants. I got the.
You're gonna say some stupid shit like the Giants. ain't you?
Yeah, I'm
Look
gonna-
at him. Look at him. Hey,
What am I missing?
there's 2 Giant haters here. Are you picking? You gonna pick the Giants or the Cowboys?
Giants or the Cowboys?
Okay. You said what was I missing? I thought you were about to pick the Giants. I was like,
I'm going Dallas. I don't think it's close.
I'm definitely going Dallas. Now explain yourself, Ryan.
I think they lose one of. They don't beat the Giants twice.
We're lucky
You split it.
we're lucky the Giants and the Bears are in the same division, or Ryan would have them both facing each other in the Super Bowl.
The Giants,
Conference,
the
yeah.
Giants added Darren Waller. They drafted.
That never plays.
They drafted.
When's the last time you played an NFL game?
He don't smoke crack no more.
They drafted Jalen Hyatt. They re-signed Saquon Barkley.
Did he get married yet?
Who?
Waller.
Yes, he's been married.
The Giants have not only a bottom 5 defense in the league, but they also have a bottom 5 offensive line in the league.
The only thing to
Those
say
are
that
just
last year was
facts. They're
Saquon.
Saquon.
Just 'cause
I
he's a
mean-
dog.
So you think you win both games against them? You think you?
He thinks the Cowboys. The Eagles probably won both games too.
I mean, division games are
when's
close.
the second week?
I
Or
don't
when's the
care
second
what the
game against
rosters are.
Giants?
I mean, on any given
Usually
Sunday, if
it's
it's a
week
division
18.
game, there's a chance of losing.
So I think they'll split, but I think Cowboys will get the first one.
So okay, I'll give them the first one, but they lose the second one. We got the Bills and the Jets. The final.
We play the Giants the last week of the season, so no, we'll be sitting everybody. So
What's up?
We got the Bills and the Jets. Final game
Ooh,
to close this out here.
that's the toughest question you've asked this whole entire time.
Who's home?
I mean, hell, it's just a couple blocks down the road. Not really.
Jets.
We're both in New York. If the Jets win the Super Bowl, do they get their own stadium,
Does Aaron Rodgers take?
or do
Is
they
it-
kick the Giants out and they got to build their
I'm
own?
going with the Jets. Man, Bills have a lot of shit going on.
They do,
the
some
Stephon
drama.
Diggs
You know
situation.
what Colts fans would take.
As much as I love,
I keep
they
bringing
got the Stephon Diggs situation. As much as I love Gabe Davis, he led the league in drops last year. You got James Cook in the backfield. You have Sauce Gardner that's going to. I got the Jets.
And it's the Jets.
Bills have a nice defense. Bills have a nice.
It's going to be the first Jets season opener where their Jets fans are going to be excited. That stadium is probably going to be.
I got.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they, that's interesting.
Bills got a good defense, but the Jets are fucking loaded. All
And
over.
they have Aaron Rodgers.
Their
on
entire
offense.
roster is loaded.
Josh Allen, I think, is gonna be better than Aaron Rodgers, and talent wise, he probably is currently.
Who?
Josh Allen. He can do more. He can run and everything else too. But that's not where that's not even where you win the game. The Jets defense is just better than the Bills, even though the Bills got a nice defense.
And you got to
And their running backs are better.
You got to
I mean.
pick at least 5 games of the season where Josh Allen's like the worst quarterback in the league, and this is a perfect game for it. So,
Modern day Brett Favre.
I don't know if he. I mean, ever since he lost Brian Dable, he's not really. I mean, he's still good, but he's not doing what he was.
you've
doing.
seen a big thing with Daboll leaving.
And imagine if Diggs leave. That's kind
Like
of
I said, I love.
Oh, if he
Gabe,
leaves, they're going downhill.
I love Gabe Davis. Man,
I wish-
but he did lead the league in drops last year.
The wish-washy stuff between Stephon Diggs and the Bills and Josh.
I'm telling you, we just trade him
We
Jonathan
just need
Taylor
to
for
get
Stephon
over it
Diggs
or
right now.
trade him. Like it seems like there's a new report every month that's coming out about
It
it.
just seems perfect. A match made in heaven. We'll give him Jonathan Taylor. They can give us Stephon Diggs. Door closed. Everybody gets their own drama.
I do think the Bills should have been signed a running back.
I'm just saying, but if that's what's
Kareem
gonna happen,
Hunt,
that'd be
you
the
heard it.
perfect-
Buffalo, Kareem Hunt. That'd be.
I'm
nice
surprised.
Maybe he's trying to go down south. Do you think he might be tired of the cold? He lived in Cleveland for a hot minute.
Yeah. Guys, well that sums us up for today's episode. We appreciate all the support. We will be having t-shirts to you real soon as well. So if you're interested, make sure you place an order for that. If you're watching the podcast currently, make sure you follow, like, share it if you could. Never hurts to share. It doesn't cost nothing.
So who knows Adam Rank?
I'm not for sure why.
NFL reporter.
Oh, I've heard of.
He predicted the NFC North standings. He has the Bears winning at 12-5.
I do.
he
have
has
the
the-
Bears
Ooh,
winning
that's
that
a big
division.
He has the
score.
Lions at 9-8.
I got them coming in
The
second.
exact same record.
And then
as
he
last
has the Packers and Vikings tying at 8-9.
I don't feel like that's unrealistic. The only way I see that swap is if the Lions win that division, which is very capable. But I just
I don't think the Bears
are
will win 12 games.
That's insane. 12.
That's
I
a
got,
lot
I gotta,
to
I
go-
gotta see more.
To go from
Okay.
3
No, I
to
understand.
12?
But
12
going off the additions on paper, like I go off paper because the season hasn't started, right? I
I
mean,
mean,
if you
going
would
off
ask me-
paper, the Lions have leaped them tenfold where it's still not even close.
Except for Armand St. Brown.
Off of it,
suspended
off
for
of
a few games.
additions that I'll take. I'll take.
I'll take St. Brown. over
Armin
DJ
Rolling
Moore.
suspended. Who you talking?
Yeah, no, their
No.
receiver. Oh no,
Jameson.
it's Jamal
You're
Williams.
thinking of Jamal Williams who hasn't even seen the field. That much yet.
I'm
Oh,
not.
Jameson.
Jameson, yeah.
I was like,
sorry.
damn it,
Uh,
it starts with
I
a J.
take
yeah, Jay.
what the Bears added on defense.
He's seen the field.
Plus, they got DJ Moore, a weapon that he needed very badly. With the additions that they added, I just think on paper that puts them over top. But that's not saying it's going to happen because I mean Denver. I had Denver winning that division last year.
You've got to
They got two running backs better.
You've got to factor in everything when you read.
And one's a rookie. I mean,
When you assess a player, you have to
Rookie running backs tend to go crazy.
You have to factor in everything when you
Right,
assess
he
a
hasn't
player.
played, yeah.
So DJ Moore,
That's
95%
more,
of the time was garbage time,
I mean, I always
and also teams 100% prepared for Christian McCaffrey. Like I'm not huge on DJ Moore, but you'll see.
I mean, what happened to Robbie Anderson? We love.
That's bad.
He was so bad he changed his name to Robbie Chosen.
Wait, is he signed?
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins. He's their third string
Really?
receiver.
He's wide receiver 3 right now.
yeah.
I mean, they have Tyreek.
It's not a bad
Waddle.
fit for him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
he's
think-
been fucking dude. He's been so bad. Him and Chase Claypool have like
You know who else fell off those
him and
Jets
Chase
receiver?
Claypool has been so damn bad.
Everybody's high on Deontay Johnson right now.
Oh yeah, he's
Deontay's a
dog.
baller. I want to see what Elijah Moore does with
Let's put
Cleveland.
the brakes on it.
Put the brakes on. Why are we putting the brakes on that?
Deontay Johnson,
Yeah, he's dog.
because he did so great these last 2 years.
He's done pretty good.
and we got never mind.
Listen,
He wanted to tell y'all how good the Eagles are.
but that's
Go Lions.
that's
This is the first year you ever hear me confidently be sit back here and finally defend my Lions.
listen. Lions are going to the playoffs. Bearing injury. Like
Depend on when the injury is, because I have a theory about Hooker. I think our future is in Hooker.
oh, I don't mean quarter.
Oh, I like him.
I would
I
actually
follow
like
him.
there to be an injury
I-
at quarter. Not in the
Has to happen at least till after week 4 because he's not coming off of IR until at least week 4.
That's what happens though when you draft a quarterback.
We've
Did
talked
you-
about this
yes,
before.
You
yes.
watch him play
So
in
who
Tennessee?
made the better pick? The
I-
Rams or the Eagles?
For what? For
Jared,
the draft?
between Jared Goff and Carson Wentz.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff? I mean,
I would have to say Golf just because he led them to the playoffs and he got
Carson led
traded
his
for a
team-
reason they won the playoffs.
Carson led a team to the Super Bowl.
Not his team that drafted him. I thought you meant like the teams picking him.
I mean, they
No,
both.
I mean like
Just watch
overall.
who
overall,
drafted
who
Wentz?
won?
Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles, yeah.
And then the next year they went to the Super Bowl.
so
Yeah,
I
Carson.
could
led-
see. Okay,
Carson
I
led
see what
them.
you mean. Then,
He
yeah,
had he had the MVP season.
you're right.
But then he just got
You're
injured
right.
at the wrong time.
I was
and
mixing up.
Big
Yep.
Dick Nick
And,
decided to go crazy.
I'm very surprised, man. I was not that Dan Campbell hire. I thought was the dumbest hire in the fucking world. I really did, and I've ate.
Oh,
crow.
he's solid,
I've ate
yeah.
crow since then, but I'm like, bro, like out of all the options available, you went
Pick
and got
Crow?
the Saints tight end coach. I thought that was weird as fuck. I was like, this is the worst hire I've ever seen
I'm a
in my
Dan
life.
Campbell guy.
No, I am too now. I'm just saying,
it's
like,
for the people.
I'm like, dude, when it happened,
I was with you. I thought it was
the
another same old
dumbest
Lions
hire
pick.
in the world.
I thought it was the same old Lions pick.
you
I will take.
just grab the Saints tight end coach.
I think I would take Jared Goff because when he went to his second team so far, you know what I'm saying? Like he's on the Lions, you know. He's proven that he's worth keeping there.
Yeah, he hadn't
versus
got
Carson
traded there.
Wentz hasn't.
Is
proved-
he though? If you agreed with me that they're training up Hooker to take it,
I mean, he's
mean,
not
but
the
he-
long term fix though.
He's been there more than 1
he-
year.
so in long term, neither of them were the long term fix, but
But
at least
what I'm
one of
saying-
them did
one of
factor
them-
into that team's Super Bowl that drafted him. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, one played in the Super Bowl, one sat on the bench.
Yeah. I don't.
True,
I
but
don't, I don't know.
one-
He
I'm
does
not
have a
saying
ring.
he
I'm not
was the
going to
one
take
that
that
gave
away
him the
from that.
promise.
But I will tell you, obviously, you've seen what happened after. I mean, he's been the shitbag of the league since. I mean,
That's because he
you're right.
Here's-
I'm
here's
trying to think if
he
there's a
lost
worse one.
confidence in
Here's a
himself.
question, and I want an honest answer when it comes to the Lions. This is a Lions question. If you knew what you know now, and you knew the Lions look like what they look like now, would you have traded Matt Stafford?
Yes,
Could you
for
imagine
the simple fact
Could you
that
imagine Matt Stafford with this team?
he's too beat up right now. I think he's done.
I mean, just in general.
And if he was Matt
Stafford-
Stafford, like then yes, but I think the trade benefited both sides way
Did he
too
say
much
Matt
to
Matt
take.
Stafford was checked out.
He said Matt Stafford.
I talked really
No,
quick.
no,
Hey, I
you're
do
good.
it all the time.
Yeah. I caught it too. It
Stafford.
sounded
But he is right now way too old to do anything on that. He wouldn't have won anything with the Lions. It was his one chance to win something going to the Rams. He would have never won anything with the
Would you agree that Matt was checked out? I think he was checked out.
Well, the reason I asked for it, the reason I asked
Which,
it
what do
too
you
is
talk about?
because
The Lions?
yeah, like he was ready to go.
The way it panned out, I don't believe that. Like,
No?
he was willing to stay, but he was not ready for yet another rebuild because they told him they're getting a new coach and rebuilding.
I mean, yeah.
That was
like I
why
said,
he
I
finally
don't think
decided.
they seen and like I'm piggybacking off of you saying Jared Goff is not the future. That's where I piggyback off of that because obviously neither would Matthew Stafford be.
Mhm.
So I'm
He said
thinking I'm
pick
thinking
Central
right now,
Stafford.
are you taking? I don't think I'm taking Jared Goff over Matthew Stafford. I'm just not.
Current, like where they stand right now, I would take off.
Matthew Stafford is just more consistent and promising.
An injury.
Jared
I was gonna say
Goff-
right now he's more consistent.
If
Did you
Jared
see
Goff-
Goff's stats last year? He did not
Well,
play
that's
back.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying 1 year. Jared Goff can easily go back to that Rams Jared Goff.
But Matthew Stafford's also old and gets injured more.
That's-
I would
yeah,
not
I'm-
take
I'm
Matthew
saying, like,
Stafford right now.
In prime, Stafford.
Matthew
But
Stafford
currently,
plays
as they
at
stand
most
right now,
2
I would
more
not take
years.
Stafford.
Are the games
years.
road or home games?
That's a good. I know what he's going. At. That's actually a good.
I was like, what?
What was that, bro? You
I
sound
didn't-
like
I
a
didn't
little
understand
girl.
And just blew out my whole inner ear canal.
I think Stafford is 2 years away from being retired.
What I was
Especially
going
with
to
the
say
drama they
is,
have going on right now with their contract.
The Rams are in rebuilding mode.
They want to be.
I mean,
Do you
are.
think Cup retires there?
if he's smart, he won't?
you should have went to the Jets.
Bro, can you imagine Cup on any other NFL team? Fucking Trey just talks. He always talks. But he's like a Cup hater for some reason. Cup is fucking retarded. Cup is insane. But I mean, just put Cup on any team right now, and I'm just thinking of how much
I got to
better
see
he'd make a
healthy
team.
Cup.
Maybe did when he was the Triple Crown King.
Yeah, but I got to see healthy Cup.
It was just.
I want
what,
to
a
see him
year
with
ago?
2 girls.
I mean, he was. He's already, he's already been hurt again this year. So, I got to see healthy Cup, see what he does, see if it's anything close to what he was doing before. So, but that ends us today, guys. We appreciate it. Like I said,
Sorry for the extra credits.
So we've ended it like 4 times.
yeah. So y'all have a good one.